Welcome to Procedure Counters, the Dungeons and Dragons campaign brought to you by Ligel's gaming community. I'm your Dungeon Master Michael, and we have an exciting session in store for tonight. But before we get to that, a few announcements to get through. First and foremost, a lot of the music you'll be hearing tonight is brought to you by Midnight Syndicate. Midnight Syndicate is a music production group creating goth, horror, and fantasy RPG music that you could be using at your tables at home. For more information, go to midnightsyndicate.com or use the command !midnight in our chat for a direct link. You can find their music videos on YouTube. Ask your Amazon Alexa device to play Midnight Syndicate right now, or even listen to the music on Spotify. We have artwork. Artwork was made by Jeremiah, who is Rosette in this campaign, previously known as Diablo, but before that it was Aspen, and before that was Dayon, before that was Aspen again, so on and so forth. All the way back to Chris Hemingway. You can commission him by joining our Discord, Discord in chat, or ligsouls.com/discord, and send him a message being like, hey, I like your art, will you make character art for me if I give you monies? And then he'll say maybe, and then eventually you'll have character art after negotiating deals and such. Very easy to work with, great time, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. We are out. We're down 2 players tonight. We are missing both Megan and Josh as they are away for the holiday from university. But you know,
slightly less British, kind of night, but we'll be fine.
As we near the 4th of July, we slowly start to phase out our British heritage. So
it's okay. The next week we'll just open with the British are coming. The British are coming. I'm a Canadian. That joke falls completely flat anyways.
Anyway, so yeah, grab your drinks, grab your snacks as we begin tonight's session of Procedure Encounters. And here to tell us what happened last week in her very own words is none other than Emmeline. Take it away.
Hey, Mom. Hopefully my last letter was able to reach you, but things have been really out of this dimension, to say the least. I don't have long to write this. Valerie is waiting on me before diving into the book we're sharing, so I'll skip over some of the intricacies of how we got into our predicament, but as we were in the elemental plane of Earth, we committed a crime that required us to atone for it, according to their leader, Al-Zahir. His name is much longer, actually, but I'll call him Al. Anyways, we ended up fighting in a pit to entertain a royal woman, the queen, actually, of what I believe to be death on the undead. After she arrived very suddenly. It unnerved Al, actually. It seemed it wasn't a pleasant experience. Talia's parents did end up in the pit with us, at least creatures that took the form of them. I took quick care of them, since the rest of the team seemed to be stunned. Despite whether they thought it was right, I know you would be proud of my quick action, and Talia doesn't seem that mad at me for it. I couldn't imagine that happening to you or Dad, though. Talia actually ended up doing the final blow on one of the demons, which I'm sure felt like a bit of vengeance. After that, we fought to the Queen's satisfaction and were forgiven by Al. As close to forgiveness as you can get. We were allowed to leave the realm, but we got some rest at a local inn first. At least, I did. Some of my companions ended up getting into heaps of trouble, which cost the entire group 400 platinum in the morning to bail them out. Get this. Some of the crimes included destruction of property, vandalism, trying to steal a struggle, and a couple of others. Luckily, we have a contact that will be able to bring us back, but he seems difficult to contact. At least, that's what we thought. Valerie tried using a spell to contact him. Didn't work. And when Cram used the stone that he gave us, It ended up contacting someone much worse. The Demon Prince of Deceit. I won't write his name here, just so that you don't ruminate over it in your head. I know you tend to do that. We were so desperate to get home that we accepted his offer. A horrible offer. I wish you were there to talk some sense into me. I'm feeling quite some regret about it. I can't trust him. None of us can trust him. He tasked us with getting the core of a tree in Drailworm, and although I know it couldn't be for anything but total evil, he has threatened to kill a loved one that each of us have, each of us 7. We have already experienced so much loss in the family, considering Dad and Grandma. In other big, exciting news, I might be stopping by. That liar ended up transporting us back to this continent, Merwin. We ended up in Stag Region, actually. It's bittersweet, but I can't lie, I would love to see you. Once we get the deal with the Demon Prince finished, by bringing the core to his palace, wherever that is, and once you and everyone else is safe, then I might be able to stop by for a bit longer. I know this all sounds crazy, and I don't want you to worry. There's nothing you can do. But I can't believe that this is happening to me. I'll see you soon, Mom. Love, Emlyn.
Thank you so much, everyone. So, where we last left off, the party had been swallowed up by sand, and you felt as if you were choking. And as you woke, you were told by this crone who is currently walking. She has a brown shawl on, kind of like a very potato sack kind of material, starchy, holding a basket with some flowers, some bread, and some fruits. She seems to have just gotten at a local market. Stringy gray hair. You do not see Talia or Cram in your vicinity. But as you take in your surroundings, you notice that you're in a mountainous city, a city built along the slopes of this mountain range, where there are buildings that have a stone foundation that kind of give you a sense of a druid grove and a inspiration of some of the style. It's very elvish as well, where the nature is kind of woven in. The walkways are moss covered cobblestone. The trees are blossoming despite it being nearing autumn. The scent of wet earth hangs in the air as if it had just recently rained. You see a number of wild animals amongst the trees and flying about. It's a city, but very in tune with nature, as one should. There is a symbol of a kind of bovine or horse-like skull that has antlers coming from it on a sigil on all sorts of banners and guards as they walk around. The old crone looks down at all of you. Are you all right? You're covered in sand and you just appeared here in a whirlwind of it. We haven't seen that in some time.
Sorry, you've never seen this in some time. Sorry, it's sand in my throat. Are you implying that you've seen something like this before?
When I was a young girl, there were people who dropped in from time to time through magical means, but those circles haven't been used in a long time. The sand is new.
It's new to me too. Last time we walked through a hole in the world, but sorry, you said Stag Reach? What is Stag Reach?
Why this is Stag Reach.
Is that close to the Zoraxan Waste, or is it close to Ineria, the Great City? No. It's a beautiful So it's like a giant city built over a massive chasm in the world going down to the Underdark, and it's like we use trains to go from one area to the other and lifts. It's very,
I'm
very
sorry,
famous
but did
city.
your friend hit her head?
Frequently.
Emily's gonna rest a hand on Valerie's shoulder, and she'll kind of wipe sand off her tongue with her other hand. We all kind of did, but forgive us. I know where we are, right?
You do.
How far away are we from could I see the map? Would I be able to access that?
I can.
Oh,
Maybe a private map, because my brain is so
Give me a moment,
large
give me a
and
moment.
in charge.
by the way, if you have the access to the mirror board, if you go zoom out and go all the way to the
I will
right,
put
the
it
old
at
map
the-
is there.
I will put it on. It is on the mirror board. I will also put it at the bottom of this current session journal's notes
Okay.
as an image.
Yeah, it's like it's so far away.
It's yeah.
Yeah, just zoom out and you see
Okay.
it.
Is there somewhere we could maybe get a drink of water to wash this out and sit down?
You can go over to the tavern there.
Oh. Would you mind joining us to help clear some things up for us?
I'm sorry. I really must be going. Unfortunately, I have to get home to feed my husband. He's bedridden, you see.
Of course. Thank you for your help, regardless. I can explain it to you guys in the inn.
Yeah,
but-
she kind of like hands the lady sterling. Thank you for your assistance.
Strange coin. I don't think I can use it here, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
It's just fine. You just have to take it to a money changer. We went through. Oh, we didn't even change our currency in Rebellion, huh?
Mhm.
What about
She'll begin to kind of shuffle off.
Valerie's still like confused because she hasn't fully gathered. So is this like, are we in like Drillroom or like? I've never heard of Stakridge, but I'm not very well practiced. I mean, there's not a lot of cities. Is it like a smaller town or?
I can't read this. Hold on. Sorry.
Save the
I'm-
image. Open it up on your. Save it to your computer. Open it up in your file explorer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so
it's not
much sand
save
in my
it.
clothes.
Yes. Valerie just keeps naming places from the other continent. The continent where she thinks are on.
Let's just go sit down.
Of course, yes. Wait, if our money is not good here, how are we gonna pay for anything?
Hopefully they like trade.
I'm sure that there's some underground thing that you could weasel your way into and get a trade of currency.
I mean, I can definitely get money, but you're not gonna like how.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, Rosette would probably do it just as well as I would, but we probably don't want to get arrested immediately after arriving, right?
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
This might not be the best place. There are better places.
Okay, well, I mean, gold is gold. Hopefully they'll accept it as the value and the weight is different, but and maybe we can find out from somebody where exactly we are. I mean, again, I keep throwing things at the wall. I have no idea where he sent us, so.
So you enter a tavern that is very kind of cabin lodge in the style. You walk in and there are these high polished wooden beams kind of arcing up with this massive cobblestone fireplace, and the tables that people are sitting at are made of some sort of oak or walnut wood that has these chairs, and it's just very lively, in fact, where the excuse me, with these high vaulted ceilings, there are monster heads mounted on the wall that have been taxidermied, and just overall a very jolly environment. You walk in and a number of staff members greet you. There's a dragonborn with this kind of shining yellowish scales, have a slight brown tint to them. Walks over to you. Oh, hello. Oh, welcome to the Mossy Stone. Pleasure to have you. What is it? 6 of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Biddy still with us?
I am here. I exist. I have sand in my gears.
Well, we should try to clean him. I don't know how. I could try. Crom would be better at it, but...
Wait,
Prestidigitation is a spell commonly used for cleaning.
okay.
Would that be okay for you? That wouldn't injure you?
It just does it.
Ah. Excellent.
Unfortunately, Ambassador is not here.
Do you know where he
Busy
is? Do you
is
have
going to power saving mode.
Oh,
Just what? Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I will go ahead and get you all to this table here. Is there any items in particular that you'd like today? We are known for our spiced mulled wine.
Mulled wine, like spoiled wine.
Mulled wine.
Mold, like Barry. Can you speak this? Your accent is a little strange to me. So MOLD.
Well, we all can't be all hoity-toity, you know. We're a simple folk.
I don't
Well,
say I'm
is there something else that you would like? Sparkling water, perhaps, of the mineral variety. That seems more your line.
Why would the water be shiny?
do you have garlic breadsticks?
I have herb crusted bread.
Okay. I might see if I can... Emlen's gonna look around a little bit. And is there anyone... Who else is in this, tavern right now?
So, as you're kind of looking around the room and getting a feeling of whom is here, who's around you, a figure is actually walking up to you. And Noah, would you like to describe your character to the party, please?
So, what you see is about a 6'2" gentleman. He is bald, and he has a thick black beard, a heavy black beard that goes down quite long, down to about his neck. He wears solemn, severe black robes. He appears to be quite slim, with heavy, arched, bushy eyebrows, a face that is angular, not so much in a handsome way, but more in a very severe way, suggesting a severity and a time of hardship. As he approaches to you, his nose crooked, his skin pale, his eyes a curious, deep, dark, perhaps fathomless black. You are new here. I greet you. I'm Father Maxim.
Not another father.
Thank
Sorry, he has
you.
daddy. He
Ignore
has daddy
that.
issues.
Are you a regular here?
I am, for now, in transit, as it were. Staying long enough to know of this place's troubles. Forgive me for my directness. I find that when there is danger, it is necessary to be direct. You are new to these parts, yes, travelers.
They are, yes.
Do you come
haven't been
seeking-
around this area.
I note about your persons that you are people who are battle ready. Am I correct?
That would be a fair estimation, yes.
Are you fleeing some form of trouble?
We are trying to find trouble. Technically, we have somewhere we need to be, and this is not it.
I see. You are lost then.
More like we got transferred somewhere we weren't supposed to be twice.
Do you know how close we are to the Zoraxian wasteland? We need to get there as quickly as possible, and I have no idea what Stag Reach is, and no one's really illuminated the... Like, This is... The coins, our currency is foreign, and I don't entirely understand, because it's never... I've seen the map of our continents, and I have never heard of a place called Stag Reach, unless we're in the Sangesian Empire, the Kingdom of the Undead. No? Did we end up?
It's the continent of Mernwood.
No.
Or Merwin, right?
And DM, we are not in that continent at this time.
So you're not. So the party is from the continent known as Inawalan. You are currently in Mernwin.
Right.
Inawalan is to the southwest of Mernwin. The Caliban Empire actually is between the two continents.
Has Val ever heard of Mernwin?
Make a history
was
check.
Yeah. First roll of the day. Hi, Noah.
Welcome back.
7.
Who are you speaking to? I am Father Maxim.
What'd you get? So 17 you said?
Yeah.
So I mean, some people have come on in your life have mentioned Mernwin. In fact, the priest that got you all into the earthen plane, Father Lyricus, said he was from Belanos.
Oh. Wait.
And it's actually Mernwin where the Tears of Tumes began as well.
Right. Sorry, it just Stag Reach didn't mean anything, but Mernwin, this is where the great calamity that changed the world happened, the fall of...
It is. 56 years ago. You can see the scars of it still, in the land and in the people.
I'm from the great city of Veneria, and it was greatly devastated by the Tears of Tumas. A chasm going down to the bottom of the world and to the Underdark, and a city stretching into the depths. That's my home. Not
This troubles you, does it?
being this far away.
The hardship of it, the evil that was visited upon this land, it troubles you. It troubles your spirit.
Well, it's also... I mean, it does. It does, but what also troubles me is that if we don't get back in a reasonable amount of time, we're going to die.
You will be in need of guidance, perhaps. Direction. I can provide you a map.
And potentially, do you know anyone who can teleport?
That, I'm afraid, is beyond my abilities.
Okay.
I can provide help, and I will do so without asking reward. What I will do, however, is beg your help. Knowing that you are, of course, free to refuse. I will not ask these things as a matter of payment, but rather imploring ones who have strength to rid this place of an evil that preys upon it.
Ross?
So, what are we talking here? What type of evil
They are predators of the worst sort, my friend. Those who prey upon the living by night. Indiscriminately.
You're talking about predatory drunks?
Bandits?
Vampires, my friend.
Mm.
Vampires?
Yes,
The undead?
indeed. The very worst sort. It is my belief, it is my knowledge, that there is a nest of them. They live south of here, in the caves. They are... in small groups, they may be manageable. But I'm afraid I am now at my limits. And when I see you, I see strength. You see, they are predators, and as any good predator knows, like any effective predator, it is most efficient to target the most vulnerable. You look about you. This village has no fighters. And one by one, people have been taken. I am one man, but I see in you potential. And so, offering you this, I put a map that I have on the table. Offering you this, and my guidance through these parts. I would beg of you, if you would join me in ridding this place of this evil.
Donatus, this kind of sounds like it's in your wheelhouse, doesn't it?
That it does.
And it's at this point that Renatus, you examining this person who's joined you at your table. There is a small symbol on a signet ring of which he is wearing on his hand that has a burning candle.
Oh, which one? I can't remember which one has which. Your ring, it's interesting.
It is the light of Grevtree, the goddess of graves. You know of her, of course.
Yes, I am well acquainted.
The Fairy of the Dead. The face at the end of the last breath.
Oh yeah, didn't we have a conversation with her through a statue in a crypt, like not that long ago, like a month ago? Was it?
You'll see a look of shock pass over his face. You have spoken to my goddess.
Her and her wife, I believe.
The Lady
They're the-
Helena, the goddess of great gateways. This
They're the
is... I am now more convinced than ever that this is fated. That you and I shall meet at this time. The gods have not walked among the mortal plane since the tears of Tumas, and they do not make their presence known so directly. But you have crossed paths with them, you say.
When we spoke to the voices, I think they were manifesting, but Renatus is in some way, I believe, their champion.
they are the very reason I sit here this very day.
I see. You are cursed, my friend. You bear the mark of unlife. I look about the party. I see the gray-skinned one. What is your name, if I may ask?
Renatus.
Evelyn.
Wait,
Oh, you meant
who's
him.
which one with the gray skin?
Oh, both of you. First,
No,
first the one with gray-skinned. You are Renatus. And you, Evelyn.
Emmeline, yes.
Emmeline. Forgive me. I'm Maxim. And I see there are others amongst you. My eyes alight on the horned one. A devilkin.
A tiefling. I'm Naoki.
I'm just Valerie. There's nothing unusual or special about me in any way. I'm just a bard, so this is fun.
I see. and finally a final look at the red-skinned one.
He just reaches into his pocket and pulls out a little metal case. He'll open and a bunch of sand will fall out. Then he'll pull out a cigarette and put it up to his lips, and he'll take his finger, tap it at the end, and then it'll light.
Forgive me. I have met many of your kind. None have been so genteel.
Not. I'm sorry. We're from. Olive is kind of genteel, as you would say. Olive the goblinoids, the hobgoblins, they have their own kingdom.
And I am 81TTY. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. And the small autognome, like metallic creature, very round in its lower half, reaches up to you to shake its hand. It has like these kind of glowing eyes, made of some sort of crystal.
An armored gnome with a most peculiar voice. I shake its hand.
It just moves its elbow up and down instead of its hand.
We also
You have no need to own armor such as this in this place, this tavern, for all that the night holds danger. This place at least is safe. You may remove your armor, I say to the autognome.
He's made of the metal. That's all he is.
It is my, as you would say, flesh. And it is
Question.
my prison.
Oh, that's terrifying. But Father Maxim, as we mentioned, unusual figures. You wouldn't have happened to see a blonde-haired woman wearing armor and showing a lot of leg, and with a man who looks like he is made out of a combination of metal and wood, by any chance?
Does this sound familiar, my DM?
It does not.
I'm afraid I have not.
They were just with us, so we were just...
These individuals sound distinct. I'm afraid you are the first newcomers I have seen.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll find them and they didn't get preyed on by these vampires.
In what time of day is it at this time?
It is about mid-afternoon. Say a little bit
Afternoon.
last like 1.
About how many vampires would you approximate are in the area?
Same question to you, DM. My understanding it is a small den, a hive. Their numbers, they are adept at hiding, but I would estimate.
So there one that's like a higher rank that's created a number of thralls.
There's a full vampire. He is their master. He keeps their numbers enriched by his nightly feedings. All return under his thrall. His numbers are growing. You can see then the urgency of this situation.
I have always wanted to take a look at the inside of a vampire. I was never allowed to. So
I was always under the impression they just turn to dust when you kill them.
I know, but maybe if we're quick and maybe we don't kill him. This is what I'm saying. Listen, just hear me out. At least not
sparkly in the day
immediately.
as well.
Where?
There was another
What?
book I read. There was a book I read once about like vampires and they look shiny in the day. No.
Is this the one with the demon
That's
child?
Fucking 1d4 damage. 1d4.
So, Emmeline,
2.
2 damage.
Mac-
Okay.
Maxim inclines his head to you, Emmeline. Your interest seems passing academic. Are you a scholar of the undead?
Yes. Yeah, of the undead, it comes and goes, but a general scholar of the body and medicine.
She's a coroner.
Yes, medical examiner.
May I ask then, given the provenance at work, I must ask, are you familiar with the curse? And how it is bestowed, and perhaps how it is lifted?
Am I familiar with that curse? Let's play that game.
Make a medicine check. What's that curse? Everybody's favorite primetime game show here on CBS.
Lich souls. Okay, you said medicine?
Yes.
Okay, let me see here. 11. Yikes.
11. While vampires are considered undead, and that's just due to their vitals being non-existent, it is demonic in origin. It's more of a disease that affects the body, but normal magic means such as like greater restoration, which would get rid of any disease, does not get rid of this, as it requires something far more powerful.
I am slightly knowledgeable, not too much. I've never actually encountered one or read more than some fairy tales and a couple of peer reviews.
You know of their thirst, and their relentlessness, their brutality. You know that how their curse is spread. It begins with death, and then return from life. A curse imparted. Demonic, I believe. Beyond that, I have still much to learn.
Well, it sounds like the perfect opportunity.
Yes,
How
though it would
do
seem.
we feel? She'll kind of look around at everyone.
I mean, if you want to study the body of a vampire, I will do
May
anything for you.
May I, forgive me, I am imposing. May I impose upon you further to have lunch? I will provide. And I get up and I go to the tavern keeper, and I ask for some of their stew, some crusts of bread, some cheese, some wine, some fruits that they might have, any berries. Just make for them a fulsome lunch.
Yeah, and about 15 minutes later, this wide variety of food is brought to your table. There is freshly baked bread with rosemary baked into the crust and some sunflower seeds as well. There are a number of berries and fruits that are over, including, apples and figs and those sort of things.
Around this time, Maxim's talking a little bit about the history of the village, and I'm going to ad-lib here, but please feel free to correct me, DM, but along the lines of there having been a history of attacks, chaos, even stemming from the calamity. I mean, decades on, things were still quite chaotic. There were hordes of goblins, hobgoblins on the move, ogres, and so forth, and very often soldiers conscripted to fight against the warlords and beat them back. My mother was one such soldier, and for times so was I. But I found a calling to this place once more, and I remain as their priest.
And a lot of this broken power dynamic throughout the kingdom of Rivermore is due to the loss of magical protection and the queen queen herself, along with her the heir to the throne. Both the princess Athelrin and the queen just be relatively close to each other. The princess died in childbirth, while during childbirth, while the queen ended up being the queen of the Hells. So this kind of created a schism, along with the loss of magic, allowing the tribes of Grumesh to kind of settle across the main continent for a time.
And so, you, given what I know of your kin, at least from my impressions from the tribes of Grumesh, I do beg your pardon for my, that seems outmoded thinking.
Hey,
I have known only barbarians.
listen, I'm not from here. They're not my kin. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Burns your toast.
I mean, sounds like this place has had a very difficult time.
If it, push comes to shove and we get, attacked by a group of them, I don't feel any attachment to that sort of people just because we are similar genetically.
Of course. Yes. And likewise, if I were to encounter a human in your continent, I should feel the same alienation.
Oh, that's
nonetheless,
humans.
your accents, they are intriguing. You are from a long way from here, are they not? Are you not?
Yes, we're mostly from the same. Well, I don't know. Renatus, you're from. Where the hell are you from? Like, you don't sound like you're from our continent, Renatus? Do you know?
Unfortunately, I cannot remember. Just when I think I start to remember something from my past, it's gone just as fast as it came.
Yeah, we're all mostly all from the same place, I believe, except for Emmeline, who is from here or nearby.
You recall nothing from your life before? Oh, sorry.
No.
There's a follow-up to Renatus. You recall nothing of your life before?
I see flashes of what I believe what was before. But I'm not quite sure.
And at this point, Emmeline has... Please continue in your bit.
Evelyn lights a cigarette in the middle of the restaurant. She did not look for any no smoking signs. And she's going to just snack on the bread. I am from here. Well, I'm from Seeker's Rest. I believe she'll kind of peek at the map. It's to the east of here.
Seeker Rest. I know of it, yes. The seat of the heroes.
Ah.
What used to be.
The ones who became the gods and kind of almost doomed the world in the process?
Yeah.
Yes, you are from there.
Yeah, but my family and I, we take care of a lot of the dirtier work, the bodies, after what happened, with the tear and the flame, and it just destroyed what was keeping us going there. At least that's what my grandma told me. And so they took up taking care of the people who got sick and couldn't get healed or starved because their crops could not come. So,
in grief, we find solidarity.
Yeah, things were much better. We have a good business there now, but
In death, there is rebirth.
I was looking, by the way, on this map. Perhaps you could help me find something.
Yes.
I'm trying to find a place here. It might not be on this continent. She's gonna kind of look around. Drail worm. Is this on here? Do you see a drail worm? Is that back in ours?
That's it. Yes, it's to the south of.
To the south.
Yeah, that's where the dragon people are from.
That is quite unfortunate.
Born, yeah.
Can I point it out on the map? From what I understand of it.
It is on. It's on the other continent.
Yeah, I see it now.
On the
Yeah,
home
well,
map.
here it is.
Do we have
Yeah,
a map
south.
of our continent that on hand?
I'm sorry.
Do we have a what?
Do we have a map of our continent
Yeah,
on
you guys
hand?
bought a map.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Valerie
Yeah.
like opens up the map and lays it out on top of the map of this continent, saying, "Yeah, so we need to go. Your dialogue is here," and she points to the bottom center of the map. This is probably the first time Maxim has ever seen this map. Yeah, because it's we were, we started at least when we joined together in the city of Illyria, and moved down to Rebellion into the Remote Woods. We were teleported to the elemental plane of Earth. Fought some demons. For the
Oh.
Demons.
Yeah,
Remarkable.
they were took it to
The
the
world
queen.
kiln. We should have led with that. No one knows Drailworm except for the world. I get it. The world
Okay.
kiln.
Yeah, and so yeah, we were sent here after fighting for the elemental plane of Earth against forces decided by the queen of the demons or something. I don't know. She was kind of attractive, but and then we end up here.
You have traveled far indeed. Most mysterious.
Yes. Yeah. You see. So, I guess yeah. So this is new for you. Yeah. So the north is the kingdom of the Dorganol, I believe. I'm very bad at pronunciation of these areas. That's where.
Yeah, my head is so foggy from our travel.
Yeah. And then to the right section is completely gone because it's a secretive kingdom of the undead.
Well, I would entreat you to avail yourself of our blacksmith.
The blacksmith?
Indeed. Should you have need of supplies. I note that there are those of you with swords.
Do they said magical gear? I mean, I don't think gold is any good here.
Yes, of the legendary variety. +3s all around.
They're like, do they take
doesn't say
foreign
that.
currency? Valerie like rolls the map back up.
They will accept a drop of blood. No.
So, Tika's rest.
I am afraid such things may be rare. However, it is possible that the one we seek has a horde of his own. He has been active for some time. And as payment for your assistance here, you are more than welcome to keep what you find.
Loot is a very good incentive. For those of us who want in it for killing the undead, that is a very good motivator. I do like that.
My interest is purely in keeping these people safe, rendering them safely unto their intended fates.
Of course, yeah. Okay. I mean, should we attack if it's vampires? Is this one of the things we attack them during the day in their sleep, or?
I would advise it, for they're sleeping at this time, and they may be lulled into ease. Wait till nightfall, and you'll find that they are hungry, or worse still, re-energized under the light of the moon.
I gotta say, as a D&D player, I'm gonna say something that's horrifying. Just want to preface it. I mean, I hear that one of the best ways to kill vampires is if they frequent an orphanage, you burn that down while they're in it.
Who would do that?
It was just
Who would do that? Who would burn down an orphanage, Chloe?
It
What a
was
Unspeakable
monster.
a
act
couple of
of...
stories that I read. The Den of the Vampires was next to an orphanage, and
What an immoral thing.
The fire, yeah. It's. I can't imagine
An
That
evil
could
thing to
never be
contemplate.
me. I
Should
do
never
all of my
contemplate such an
research very
atrocity.
ethically. Yeah.
That guy's out of character was a double reference because there's another thing I refer to. D&D players like to burn
Period.
down orphanages. I don't know why.
Viewers, it's a lot like James Joyce, right? You just had to be there.
Yeah. 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 They befriend the lovely goblin who no one can ever hurt, but orphans, no. Orphans grow up to be adventurers. They cannot be allowed to grow up. All right, but back.
Basic. Sorry. Were you going to say something, Father Maxim?
I lean forward, interested.
Oh, I just thought you were going to say something. I was going to ask if this would be something you wanted to start today.
Yes, now, if you please.
Maybe
Why,
after
Tari?
Brad.
Okay.
Yes, please. I invite you to rest and ready yourself. But if I have sworn that the sun will not rise once more while these creatures yet stir.
Yes. Then we are wasting sunlight, aren't we?
Oh,
You see that there has been an air of like trepidation, or not trepidation, a slow winding within this man who has stayed relatively stoic in the short span that you've known him. But he has been coiled up further and further. And he stands. Please.
Of course.
If I shall meet you if you wish to gather your supplies. I shall meet you at the village gates. And I also, DM, do I know if this is kind of quite a long way, perhaps a day's ride? In which case, I'll see to some horses.
By horse, it'll probably take you a day to get there. It will require you to probably camp out in Doeblight Hollow.
Oh, okay. I
that.
take back everything I said about the vow. 2 nights, maybe 3. we'll get there.
No, but we won't waste tonight. We'll be on our way.
Yeah, no, we'll get there. But in that case, given that I know that they are lost,
He was paraphrasing the vow. It was like, I vow not to stand idly by for a night while these creatures exist.
Wait. Are
Sure.
these horses descended from the horses that we abandoned here last time we were here?
Before you release the moon dragon, sure.
yeah.
Well, hold on. Maybe we don't have to go around the river. Maybe we could just go across the river.
I mean, I can swim. I don't know about you guys, though.
You don't have to go across the river.
Which caves are we talking about?
Doeblight Hollow. It's like caves in the woods.
I'm looking at the woods. It's a little bit to the east.
We're looking at the wrong
That's a
continent.
whole day.
We are.
That's
I'm
a
looking at the
very
right one.
long
I'm looking at-
movement. Yeah, it's gonna take you about a day.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, if the party wants to cross the river, we don't need to cross. It's gonna happen.
No,
We're just
it's
gonna
okay. I
argue
thought we
about
were
it for
going to
30
cross.
minutes.
Never
So long
mind.
as we all agree to cross the river.
We should get horses. That sounds good.
Okay,
Horses
so
are
let's.
great.
Of course, Maxim will meet you if anyone needs to gather any goods. I mean, and then yeah, I guess we'll hit the road and hopefully find our friends before, who knows where they ended up.
I thank you.
There.
I thank you deeply.
Of course.
I bow and I get up to leave.
Does he take the map with him?
He leaves it there. He's got it a copy.
Okay. I feel like
Emmeline's just gonna gather bread in her hands, like just a whole bundle, and she's like,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Fallon just shoves all the leftover food into the bag of holding.
Gonna sip the moldy wine.
It's mold wine, guys.
I know what you're
It's got chunks, black chunks.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah. Oh, it's Aspen's
Dan's
wine.
gonna
It's
explode.
black spore wine. might
Kinda
feel
bitter.
So you're going to be okay here, Naoki, hanging out with somebody else's father?
This isn't. We already had a problem with it. A man of the cloth.
I'd say not all priests are bad. He seems like the good type.
If not,
Well-
quite passionate.
We'll see. I definitely think we should hold a little bit of resignation with this one, just until we know.
Why are his eyes like completely black like that? That's weird, huh?
Yes, and should we ask him about it?
I mean, if the opportunity arises sometime while we stop to rest.
Quick question: Are you able to look like him, or do you have to take his shadow?
I mean, I can try to mimic some of his features, but perfect duplication would require a little bit more study.
Okay. Just curious.
It's easier for me to like create a personage that is inspired by someone than it is to fully duplicate them, and I would have to like kill him and take his shadow if I wanted to perfectly mimic him.
It might not be the best idea.
No.
Right.
Yeah, and I can only use it for a little bit, so. Okay, so we've got the food. Let's get going. Does anybody want to do shopping? I feel like we just finished shopping.
Just go to the enchanter.
Do you think there's an enchanter here? He said there's a smith.
I thought he said there was like an enchanter.
That was the player being a smart aleck.
Absolutely.
I-
It was absolutely me being a smart aleck.
Yeah.
No, that's canon
I
now.
have about 10 rations of my own before the lunch. I have a couple of health potions, one normal, and 2 of those maybe potentially poisonous ones.
All right. And then, I mean, I assume after we're done, hopefully killing these vampire, that we will look at this Seeker's Rest after, because it seems to be on the very close by, right?
Is there someone... So, quick question, DM. Based on my knowledge of my town and how it's set up, so the town is around the middle keep, right? So there's a town and then the main keep in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
In that keep, do I know about who lives there? Do we got powerful people up in the keep?
So make a history check.
Gotcha. On it. Because I have an idea. If this works out, no way. I got a 12.
12.
There's
I mean,
also,
historically there used to be powerful people that lived there. They either turned into a god, died, or returned back to their homes.
I mean, there is still like
The
a
lordship
flesh-eating...
of Seeker's Rest was taken over by a blue dragonborn known as Silas Alash, who is very old in his age.
A blue dragon?
Sapphire dragonborn.
Oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Does he know magic?
Light magic.
I was gonna assume as like one of the last surviving Seekers that we got a Phineas, honestly, but you know.
He
Also,
might
is
not
there
have wanted
not-
the
is there not a-
responsibility.
Yeah, is the flesh-eating demon still in the moat?
He was speaking. So yeah, I don't know if you guys caught this part or not, but when you first met Immoral Tamlish, Immoral was speaking to what was his name? Was it Gorthaniak?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't catch that.
Off camera, and I said there's a sound of splashing water, and the voice fades.
Cool.
That is such a cool Easter egg.
He said, make sure you tell everybody hello for me.
Gresniak, the legendary devourer of trespasses.
That sounds terrifying. Okay, so if we don't need any potions, we don't need any food, we don't need any stuff, let's get the show on the road. I don't want to speak for anyone, but do we need, like, wooden stakes or something? Like, how do we kill the vampire? Do we need garlic?
Does anybody have any light spells?
Do I need silvered weapons? Or, like, I don't know how this works.
I'm
I just
sure
have
that
bones.
Father Maxim would have all the equipment if there needs to be special equipment.
Can
right?
we, like, dig a river in front of the cave because they can't cross moving water? I don't know. Like...
Sir Rosad, I was keeping track of your schnoggle. Biddy is walking up and he has your schnoggle held by the reins in his hands outside the tavern.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Biddy.
Okay. Let's hit the road.
You see Maxim outside. Just I don't think it's a very big village. He's getting a bag together of 20 wooden stakes.
Oh.
So, the wooden stakes are a thing?
It appears you were right.
Maybe he doesn't know how to kill vampires.
You can ask him.
I mean, I don't know. We should probably work out strategies of what we need to do. Most of my attacks just make people's noses bleed.
Maybe we should visit the blacksmith and maybe see if they have anything.
Well, I think we need to talk to an expert first. Does
Yeah,
Valerian know anything about how to fight vampires?
I look back at them and I assess their combat capabilities. So first I look at Emmeline and what she's got on her. What does she have? Like what kind of kit does she carry?
Evelyn actually doesn't appear to have a weapon on her. She's clad in this kind of off-white, bonish colored, military-looking jacket with pants that appear kind of like sweatpants, but they're tucked into militaristic boots that are kind of lined with metal. On her shoulder, on her left shoulder, she has the skull of a vulture, pretty big, and it's painted, hand-painted. And then she also just wears a hat that has what would appear to be maybe bullets on it, but upon closer inspection, it's metallic bones. And, yeah, and she has a green scarf.
Okay. I look from her to Valerie.
Valerie looks very fashionable, but you notice the jacket she's wearing looks heavier than it actually is on closer inspection. Like it's actually made out of leather with hardened metallic bits in the material. Still free flowing. You might see the impression of a couple daggers. She's got a guitar case slung across her back. And then in a holster, she has what looks like a small cloth fan and then an alarmingly much larger fan that seems to be made of something heavier. And it seems to hang heavy like it's made of metal.
And I note that perhaps a warrior of guile. I looked from there to Naoki.
So Naoki has on a very decorated kimono. He also has a side bag and then a very obvious paper umbrella that always has petals and flowers blooming from it. And then he also has on his side a little gourd that probably has some kind of liquid in it. I'm sure you can guess from his drinking habits at the table. And then he doesn't have any shoes on. He actually wraps his legs and feet.
Okay. But you mentioned a sword, right?
No sword.
Or a blade. No sword. Okay.
Just has a giant umbrella.
Okay. And from there to Rosad.
Rosad, he kind of has like he has a short sword at his side, but he also has a dagger tucked into his boot, and a short bow slung across his pack. But the blades don't really seem heavily worn.
And finally to Renatus.
You see, he has how would you describe it? He's just got like tattered, what looks to be like old, almost like an old soldier's attire. It's dark gray in color, except for his cloak that he has. He's got a black cloak, held on by a silver brooch in the shape of a shield with the same symbol that's on the father's ring. And just has a full breastplate, leather straps holding everything together. And he also does not appear to have a weapon in hand, as like kitted out as he seems to be.
Of all of you, I would wager you were the fighter. A soldier, perhaps. And for the rest of you, how do you intend to fight them? What is your method?
Mostly magic in my case, but she pulls out the bigger fan and she like snaps it open, and there's like a shing, and you just see it's actually a bladed fan, like it's just ringed with blades, and she kind of spins it in her hand, snaps it closed, and puts it back in the holster. If I have to get up close and personal.
I see. Close may present some challenges, but I appreciate the knowledge. And you, a student of the arcane, then, Emmeline?
Yes. I rely entirely on magic, except for this. She'll kind of pull out this little dagger that she has. It might be a little rusty. Is that what you swat on it? You can't tell. She'll put it back. It clearly is not used.
I look to Naoki. I fear where we are heading. You will need some protection. You are welcome to avail us of any armor you may need. The blacksmith has a few in surplus.
It's okay. I have a leather thing underneath this. A leather vest.
He can turn into things, like spiders, and I don't know how he does it. It's something about his training. They're like not big spiders; they're like little spiders.
I show him like my hand just kind of turns into like a dire wolf claw.
A shape changer.
Mm-hmm.
Most impressive.
And then if not, I use my druidic magic.
We have lots of magic.
And to Razad. Just a nod. I note your weapons are not well worn, friend.
Oh, that's because they're my backup plans. He holds out his hand, and a fuchsia-colored spectral blade appears in it. And he kind of pushes it into the table, and you see it just passes through.
Most impressive. It seems my goddesses have chosen well. And my gaze finally settles on Renatus and the insignia on his chest. Very well.
Renatus,
Do you have need of supplies?
do the cool thing with your shoulder, Renatus. Come on, you could do it.
I am not one typical to show off or even have to prove myself, but seeing as you are also a follower of Grevtria, I am willing to make the exception. And then you'll see his irises will flash green for a second, like a lightish green. And in his hand, he summons his sword, and then behind him you see his echo form.
You fight as many. I have not seen such power.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, and he can just like make the sword appear and disappear. I don't know what he does with it, but you know.
Just pardon me interrupting and changing the subject a tad, but we mentioned going to the blacksmith or an enchanter of some kind, but wouldn't that be best after we get the loo?
I mean, we not need to get any.
I wave to the blacksmith, who is just a whole bunch of common, simple iron stuff. Iron daggers, leather helms, hide helmet, a
It's
little
like a
spinny,
study
squeaky
camp.
wheel by the river. Yep.
Yeah, it's because all the adventurers who start from here just hunt giant rats.
But crossbow bolts. So many crossbow bolts, guys. Like, a lot of crossbow bolts.
But he doesn't sell crossbows. You have to get crossbows in the next town.
Maxim
Adventures
bought the
are
last crossbow.
not as common here in Mernwyn because the majority of adventurers historically would practice their craft in Mysteria around the Tower for Lura, but that kind of has died down since Noxerium, the magical ore, has become non-existent. So now it's more mercenary work. Oh, go kill a owlbear in the woods every now and then. So the need for magical weapons and the like has really died down by quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Will I be able to, by this point, TM, have amassed some holy water? I've got at least one flask in my case. Would I have been able to bless some? 3 flasks? I have 3 flasks. I offer them to the party. You may need these. Holy water. It burns their skin.
Oh.
You do not. You use it as a weapon against them.
Okay. That might be best with close-ranged fighters.
I offer it to what looks like Rizard, one to Rizard, one to Renatus, and the others. And I kind of look around at the other 2. Valerie.
How do you fight, Father? Is it magic, or are you a warrior?
I fight as best I can. I was a soldier for a time. It was some years ago. I have not been called to battle in some time, but these last few months, trouble has found us.
Of course. Interesting. Is it common for people to receive resurrection around here by any chance? Anyone
Resurrection?
touched by the gods when they die?
We would not disturb the fated path of our dear ladies. Yeah.
Okay.
We save those that we can, but those who depart are bound for their next life. It is destiny.
Emmeline's gonna lean over to Valerie. This is exactly why I got in trouble here. And she just kind of whispers that and then just stands straight again.
I guess I was just kind of wondering, are there any who are touched by death who have been feeling like they've been sapped of their energy? But I suppose if no one is brought back from the dead.
You see a look of sadness cross his face.
I imagine many who have been touched by death feel this way. Yes. But is this the nature of death, is it not?
More literally than figuratively. Like, I don't know. I guess the question for you, DM, are we still feeling any... Like, we feel drained, those of us who have been touched by death. Is that effect still lingering now that we're back in the prime material? Are we feeling that again? The ticking clock, as it were?
Yeah, you are.
That's interesting.
Yes. Yes. What I have come to understand and what I have discovered
You see, in the vampires that have lurked these woods, many of which I have hunted personally, they do appear to be drained of their energy. A slowness to them. I had thought them botched, misshapen victims of a foul, imperfect creation.
No.
But it would seem there is a plague, a
there's-
soul plague.
Yeah, something is draining the life force of those who have been touched by death. And,
Indeed, an illness of some kind.
And it's...
I have yet to learn its origin.
Oh, we know.
But-
Don't worry. Yeah. Let's hit the road and...
Yes, perhaps you may regale me with what you know. For news does not travel often to these parts.
No,
We get on the
it's,
horses.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so there was like thousands of years ago this civilization that kind of like, which crime was here? They were very powerful and they like wanted to live longer and they weren't having any more children, so they like moved their bodies into like artificial bodies.
Metal, wood, stuff like that.
Yes, and in their desire to seek more power, they activated these great monoliths, obelisks that they thought would do one thing, but instead it drained the life force out of anyone touched by death. And because they removed their bodies, their souls transferred their souls to these automatons, it was effectively like they had died. So they died off. Some of them quickly, some of them survived for a little bit of time. And so something has, in recent time, reactivated the first of these. And then somehow, the entire system might have been turned on, and the effect is a little bit strengthened, and we don't know how exactly who turned it on.
I thought the system was turned on by...
Betty, no, I'm trying to sound cool. You're ruining the thing. Anyways,
Oh,
so
look,
sounds
a
cool.
butterfly.
So, the problem is that, there are those who were brought back by their gods for some purpose, and there are those who've been brought back by curses like these vampires. And the issue is that this is drawing the energy to some other source for a purpose we do not understand, and all those who have been touched by death will die. They will be fully drained. So, while that means that the vampires, if they are undead, their time is limited, that also means that immortal kings and queens and heroes who were saved for their legendary actions are also doomed. Right? So we doom good people and risk a great deal of loss.
It would seem this is true. I would venture, though, to say that it is the vengeance of gods who have been slighted historically, whose offered path has been perverted over and over. Is it not their justice that those who are touched by death must now suffer its inevitable decline?
Father Maxim, that's the same thing that another priest told us before he banished us to the plane of Earth, and I've sworn that I will kill him because of it. We have been touched by death.
Not by our choice.
You, too, then, have been brought back from the threshold.
From it beyond in some cases.
I have spoken unthinkingly, and I once again beg your apology. I see now. You feel you are doomed.
Well, we're not doomed, because we're the Veiled Vanguard, and we're going to save the fucking day.
An encouraging
That's what I want.
prospect. He rides in contemplative silence.
I will point out Rosad is riding on the back of a unusual mount that would not be able to be found in this continent.
Mhm.
It's a shelled pachyderm almost. It's like a pangolin mixed with something, but it's quite large and a little bit slower than your average horse. But
and at some point, there will be a stop for a rest, and Maxim will get to his knees and pray, and he will mutter to himself, "No path returns once walked, no breath endures forever. I serve the silence after the last word. The gate is sacred, the gate is truth. I am the sword that guards birth." And returns on his way.
As you begin to reach Doeblight Hollow, the mist grows thicker, kind of low hanging, obscuring your vision. Sky begins to get choked out by the branches above. Moss hangs heavily off the branches as well, kind of eating away at their nutrients in the parasitic faction. Things seem damp. Shadows seem to have lives of their own. But it's becoming nightfall. And you have about half a day's journey left before you reach the caves. What would you like to do?
I were to set about commencing to help build the fire.
Okay. I wouldn't mind stopping here. We should venture a bit off where we are. We should look for somewhere with more coverage.
Hey, Talia could... Shit.
Yeah. I was just about to say. What about this tree? And Emily will kind of point at this tree, and the base of it is kind of large-ish, but basically the top just kind of withers out into a dead tree. Perhaps it got struck by lightning. It's not that great of a tree.
I mean, anyone? We just need to find good cover. Naoki, any chance you could? I mean, you're a man of the woods, you know.
Let me see. What can I do?
Help us find a good cover. You are a man of the wilds, you know. You could potentially consider your survival skills and.
What
I could.
I do a lot, actually.
I could.
Make a survival check.
That might be the most passive aggressively my character's ever said. Can you run a survival check?
An 11.
Okay. So, looking around there, you find an area which you are kind of in a small clearing surrounded by trees with thick underbrush kind of walling off the area. It's not exactly coverage per se, but you don't get a sense that it's going to be raining tonight. But the light of your fire might be able to get seen.
I can help with that. With my little hearth of the moonlight and shadow. That'll help obscure it a little bit at least. Just don't build a big one. As long as I want it to.
Oh. Is it concentration?
No.
Cool. Features.
So I pretty much just slam my umbrella down in this clearing, blow it up, and then just let you watch as like the sky around you becomes kind of sparkly and more murky to obscure like the surroundings, but you can still see through it. Like we can see out of it, but nobody can see in.
Wait, is your stepfather here? I guess he was more of a tiger man.
Who, me?
Zulkifli, the man who helped raise you.
Oh, right. He always just kind of hides his features.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd say. I suppose that name would probably mean something to Father Maxim, living in this place, huh? Name of one of the heroes of legend.
You say your stepfather was one Zulkifli?
I think it was more his. Was it not his son?
Yeah, it was his son.
The one who survived? Yes, the son of the sacrificed hero. And you are his stepchild?
Adopted, but yes. He found me in the Feywild, beaten to pretty much the edge of death, and dragged me out of the realm, but in the response of that, I've lost all of my memories of my past.
Indeed. An honor to meet you. You have lost your memories.
Yep.
Started again, as it were. Much like your friend. I nod to Renatus.
In a way, yes. Although, ever since I've left the Fey realm, I feel like I've always been a little bit more connected to it. Especially when I go to sleep, I feel like I'm always just kind of wandering, as if it's like not really a dream and more just like a premonition of I'm there.
It is tempting to revere memory, especially a lost memory. For what is memory but a reflection of truth? But that is a falsehood, my friend. For truth is here now. And there is potential in a lost memory. Potential for renewal, rebirth. Memory can be a burden. None know that more than those who have accumulated too many bad memories.
That is true.
I had a really good childhood, by the way. I don't really have any like trauma. Though my mother was in a coma, but just.
And what compels you to a life on the road?
It's fun.
As this conversation is taking place, and the light of the fire kind of like flickers across as the mist hangs low and obscures the area around you. You hear the shrill scream of a child off the distance, followed by the howling sounds of wolves.
I immediately perk up. I stand. Follow.
Evelyn's gonna.
Oh shit.
And I unsheath a scimitar from my side, and I whisper into it. I whisper into it something. It's by the Grey Lady's gaze and the Lightbearer's call. I will be their judgment. And my hand sweeps back from the blade of the scimitar, revealing a flame. As I hold it above us like a torch, other hand on the other scimitar at my waist.
Well, okay. I was not expecting that. So, probably pulls out her small fan.
These flames,
And
staying true to
Yep.
Yelena and Gertrude, are a pale blue color. I'm casting this light across the area. Very similar in the coloration, pale blue greens, and similar to the coloration of the Echo Vernatus.
Hey. I guess we're gonna save this child.
yeah, I'm already like heading into the underbrush.
Valerie will go after. Oh God. What if the child's a vampire?
I don't think the child's gonna make it. I think we've lost them, but we should
Hey, let's go.
not leave him hanging.
It's okay. I'm hearing dramatic music in my head. We have to fight.
Ah, I'm so
Valerie
out hearing
always
it
hears
too.
music.
So as you run and following the sound of these screams, it's actually joined by another voice. There are two screams of children here in the woods, and as you break into the clearing where this is, you see that there are two wolves currently cornering two children huddled together against a tree. What would you like to do?
Two wolves.
Two wolves.
I raise up the flaming scimitar, and if I can, I interpose myself between them and the children. I wave it at them to try to drive them back in a big sweep, like that.
Roll an animal handling check.
Animal handling coming up. That is a 5.
5. Bearing their fangs, the wolves begin to inch closer.
Okay, I unsheath my other scimitar.
Anybody else?
Rosad summons both of his spectral daggers into his hands, and he, standing away from the children and Father Maxim, he's gonna chuck one at one of the wolves.
Roll to attack.
All right. That's a 20.
20 hits.
Whoa.
And that will be 21 points of psychic damage with sneak attack involved.
Wolf goes down. As this blade strikes it, it begins to bleed out of its eyes. It yelps, a quick, high-pitched sound, and limps and falls to the ground.
Looks like we're having dog meat tonight, folks.
The other one lunges at Father Maxim and goes for his arm.
Okay.
Does
It
a
says-
19 hit.
A 19 hits.
Oh.
7 points of piercing damage as it bites down onto your forearm.
Ouch.
Its
Okay.
fangs piercing into your skin.
Ah.
Anybody else want to take it?
Oh,
Turn?
no. Yeah, I'm gonna firebolt that thing.
All right.
Natural.
No! No! No!
The firebolt goes wide as it just arcs over and hits the tree that the children are huddled against. Does not ignite the tree on fire, but the children are now scared.
Okay.
Oh.
Can Valerie hit the wolf with her war fan?
Roll to attack. There's no initiative here. We're just saving some kids. All right, go ahead
Natural
and
20.
Yeah. It's like 15 slashing. Piercing. Does that do it?
so with a quick flash, a quick blurred movement, the wolf stands still for a moment and slowly falls in half, collapsing to the ground.
She snaps the war fan, flicking the blood off, and you hear snap, click, closed.
I would myself slash at the nearest wolf, and as I do, I would open my senses to any undead presence with my divine sense.
You're gonna have a problem in a second.
With a bonus action. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I
Gonna
will.
get hit with a flashbang. Just God, why is it so bright?
But I like get up. right by the tree. Sorry, right by the kids, making sure that I'm in the way, and then I slash at the nearest wolf. But I'm using my bonus action to use divine sense. May I
As
do
you slash
so?
at the nearest wolf, a foul stench fills your nose. And as you turn around to face the source of stench, you're met with the glowing red eyes of a young girl that you were there to save. And that is where we're going to take our mid-session break, everybody.
Oh,
He hasn't done the thing in a long time.
Would you like to do the thing, Noah? If you're just now joining us.
Hey, check us out on YouTube, or check us out also on anywhere where you get your podcasts. That could be Spotify, iTunes, Zunify, YouTubes, Grindr,
LimeWire, can't forget that one.
LimeWire. Anywhere you watch your stuff, maybe like over your ex's shoulder while they like slowly walk away.
We swear it's not a malware virus.
Maybe like, you know, through tears in your eyes as you look at someone's richer dad who has one of those phones with shows on them and like an unlimited like data plan thing, and you go, oh, if only I could have that, but at least I'll enjoy this from here, and I'm glad they have it. Sorry, who are you again? Thank you for joining us so far. We love you very much. Keep watching and stay tuned, and come back in the next 15 minutes. 15?
15, 20 minutes as we take this time to refresh ourselves, enjoy these special little videos that we made for you, and yeah, see you real soon. Jesus, dog.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes. It's like a
back.
15 and 20 got married.
And welcome
And
back,
welcome
everyone.
back,
So,
everyone.
last left oh my
Yep.
god.
And
Where
welcome
we
back,
last left off, the party had killed
more
some
health.
wolves while the children that were being attacked by the wolves revealed to be vampires. So,
Children of the Corn.
with that, we're gonna go ahead and start initiative. Players have so graciously already rolled initiative here on the board.
Yep.
And with that,
Let's begin.
first up, we have Noah as Maxim. It is your turn, followed up by Rozan, and then it is one of the vampires. Go ahead.
Oh, would you remind me if the wolves are still in
Well,
play, or have they
There's
backed
two
off?
wolves already dead.
There were just two. Okay.
Mhm.
And so Maxim, realizing what's happening here, turns to face the two children. You do not live. You refuse to die. It is sin beyond sin. Even in death, you will know justice. I strike at thee in the name of the ladies of death, and I will strike at the first of them. One of them that looks to be rushing us.
That would be the one marked blue.
20 to hit.
Hits.
Okay.
Whoa.
She's gonna take 8 points of magical slashing, and another 8 points of fire, and then I shall use a bonus action to deal an additional 15 points of radiant damage to her as well.
All right.
So a total 31 in that slice with the divine smite, unless she takes more from radiant. I don't know if she's vulnerable or not, or fire for that matter.
Nope. Total amount of damage. So yeah. Father Maxim comes running up and slashes at this creature with his sword and divine power, dealing quite a bit of damage. As you know, a large gash goes right across this child's chest. Her long hair, platinum blonde, falls, and now she looks truly menacing. Half it's covering her face, her fangs are bare. She is pissed.
I will use the nick property of the scimitar. Back, you creature! And follow up with an offhand attack from the slash. It'll deal 6 points of magical slashing damage from the other scimitar. And I will do one final extra attack, but it is a natural one. And so as I swing, I catch a look on her face, and I pause. I falter, because she is just a little girl, and she looks all so familiar. Just for a moment in the light, her face is all too familiar, and I miss. And but that's the turn. I stand there.
Rosada, is your turn. Valerie in the hole.
Rosad sees what's going on. He's just like, "Oh, this is fucked up." And then he takes a few steps over this way to get a better angle, and he throws his psychic blade at the blue one.
All right.
For a 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
And 14 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And he will use the Vex property of his psychic blades to give him advantage on his bonus action offhand attack. So, forgot to roll advantage, but let me just, Alright, cool. 27 again for 3 points of psychic damage.
Alright. Rosada running up, letting 3 psychic power daggers fly, both singing to the collarbones of this girl with this kind of blackish, laggy-legged blood, trying to find its way out of the exit wounds.
And yeah, that'll be his turn.
All right, it is now her turn. She's gonna go, and she's gonna go to bite Maxim.
She can try.
Hold on, I gotta I was wrong about something. Oh, she's gonna try for a claw attack first. My bad.
Okay.
Sorry. Maxim does a 17 hit.
17 hits.
All right, so she is going to do 2d4 plus 3 damage. 7 points of slashing damage, and I need you to, and you're now grappled.
Okay.
There's no save.
There's no save.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just to escape. There's a save. Or check, sorry.
Got it.
Now she's gonna bite you.
Okay.
And that's with advantage. I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution saving throw coming up. 20.
20. You will not get bitten as you resist this creature. And that is it. She's going to then take the disengage bonus action and spider climb 30 feet up into this tree behind her, kind of like having her arms behind her as she goes up.
My friend, I'm afraid, having taken the disengage action, I will use the Sentinel feat to use a reaction and do an opportunity attack against her at right now, this moment.
Yeah.
Lashing. You will not escape. I am mercy denied. 25.
25 hits. Go ahead and do the damage. She will not move.
Damn, that was a cold line.
13. She'll take 13 damage. 7 points magical slashing. 6 points fire. By the light of the last breath, let the weight of death fall upon you. That's it.
All right, as this creature tries to disengage, being strategic in its nature, kind of a strike and run strategy.
Yep.
Max,
but I hobble her right
at
it. None.
And now it is Valerie's turn with Renatus on deck. Emlyn in the hole.
All right. So Valerie's going to look at these horrifying children and wants them to go away, despite Maxim. So she's going to focus her eyes on the vampire marked red and she's going to softly whisper incoherently under her voice, and it begins to echo and echo, and this girl hears in his head this dissonant whisper, horrifying in her head as she needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
13.
She fails, so she's going to take 8 psychic damage, and she needs to immediately use her reaction and move as far away from Valerie as she can.
The one marked blue?
Marked red.
Marked red. Okay. Sorry, let me add health back because I misheard that.
Yeah.
All
just
right.
horror. Yeah.
She's gonna go right there.
Yeah, and
Well,
it's just
you.
basically. Yeah, so whatever her full movement, the safest route. Okay. So going to get from there and going to snap out her war fan and do a very quick fluid dance, pulling out her fabric fan and give Bardic inspiration to Renatus. And then she is going to move over here next to Emmeline and end her turn.
All right, it's now Renatus' turn as Valerie and what's the fear of God in this girl? She runs away. Renatus now takes his opportunity to attack.
Okay.
Inspiration.
Cool. Is the blue one? The blue one's still on the ground, right?
Yeah, and she's bloodied.
Cool. In that case, I am then going to bonus action summon my Echo. Gonna try to get a jump on her here, even though I know it's an actual sneak attack. I'm gonna summon it right behind her. Wait. Is that too far away? Turn order, move out of the way. Nope, we're good. Okay.
So Maxim, what you see is the spectral form of Renatus, but with a skull-faced mask covering his face, rises behind this vampiric child.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And then he will apparently have a brain fart right at that specific moment about when he was telling what he was about to do. He'll attack using his long sword, two-handed. It's 22.
22 will hit.
Cool. For 7 slashing damage.
7 points of slashing damage to this creature as your blades. Icarus blade slashes down across her back. She lets out a screech of pain. Okay?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, but that is now Emmeline's turn.
Yes. So, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Firebolt at the red one, but I got a 6.
That's a natural 2.
Emmeline having a really hard time seeing in this mist and targeting her foes. A firebolt goes wide, just shoots right past Father Maxim's ear. A slight burn, but not enough to do damage. It's uncomfortable heat for just a moment.
And in her frustration, she's gonna look at Valerie and she's gonna just spit out like, kids that get lost in the woods should have to fend for themselves. And that's my turn.
And you should have burned down the orphanage.
All right, it's now the vampire child's turn. Naoki's on deck. She's going to dash. She can move closer to you now, right?
It was just the one-time effect, so.
One. Right there to Renatus. She's going to make a claw attack against you, Renatus. That is a natural 1, so she'll miss going wide as she tries to regain her footing, moving so quickly towards you. You get a sense that they're not in quite control of their powers quite yet. 19 to hit though on the second claw attack there, Renatus. You're muted.
It hits. My bad.
All right. So that is going to be 9 points of slashing damage, and you're now grappled. She will bear
whatever
her
shall
fangs.
I
That'll
do?
be a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Okay. 8.
She will bite down on your neck, drawing blood, allowing her to heal herself. You will take
Sir, I don't have blood.
your life essence then. It doesn't
There you
matter.
go.
6 points of piercing damage plus.
No!
You want me to use Marnia like 10 points of necrotic damage. Your maximum HP is also reduced by 10.
Damn.
And she will regain 5 HP back to herself.
Oh my. Uh-oh.
And with that, she will end her turn. It's now Naoki's turn. We're back up to the top of the round after that with Noah.
Well, seeing that whole interaction with him just like getting absolutely ravaged by this child, Naoki's going to cast a level 1 healing word towards Renatus. So that's 5 points of healing for him.
Appreciate it.
Remember, Renatus, your maximum HP is 10 less.
Yep, I've already adjusted it.
Okay. And you're also grappled, so.
Yeah.
Oh, he's grappled. Gotcha.
Anything else for your turn there, Isaac?
No.
All right, it is now Noah's turn. Father Maxim.
Okay. Now, seeing what we're dealing with now, these two girls, shaking my head to reclaim my senses, I hold up my sword and I utter a prayer. Twin thrones, bear witness as I cleanse this blight. And I cast, as my bonus action, Divine Favor. And what I'm going to do now, my swords light up with a radiance. I slash at the one on the ground, the blue one here. Innocent child, return to your fated path. And I deal, what is it, 24 to hit, sir.
24 will hit.
She is going to take 20 points of damage total, if unless she takes more from radiant or fire, but she takes 20 total.
Incapacitated.
Incapacitated.
Oh.
She goes down. Her body lifeless.
You have clawed from the grave. I will return you to it. And I now lash out with my offhand this scimitar. It is going to be 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
14 points of damage, 3 of which is radiant.
All right.
And I follow it up with one final strike from the flaming scimitar. Oh, well, and once again I raise it, and I see the blood gash across her throat from the first strike, and I falter once more, a look of terror on my face, and at her small stature, and it's a natural 1, so I miss. But I stand over her at the ready. That's my turn.
All right, Rosad. Always on deck.
All right. Rosad uses his bonus action for steady aim, and he will throw his psychic blade at the one marked red. So I get advantage from this. That's a 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
And he will expend one of his sneak attack die, and she needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Natural 19.
Alright, she succeeds.
Okay.
Alright, so it will be total of 16 points of psychic damage when he ends his turn.
All right, it is now Valerie's turn. Renatus on deck.
Okay. So Renatus has been. She's still grappling him.
Yeah. She's like on his back, like digging into his throat, his neck right now.
Yeah. Okay. So Valerie is going to. Oh God, I need to think of a joke. I'm just gonna cast hideous laughter on the child, please. She doesn't have to make a joke.
I know the perfect
Everything
joke
is
for
hilariously
a
funny.
sickly looking
Yeah.
vampiric child. No wire hangers. Go ahead.
Yeah, no via hangers. So yeah, give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, Joan Crawford.
That was an American joke.
11 for the wisdom
All
saving
right,
throw.
so it falls incapacitated. Is unable to stand up for the duration. Everything is hilarious. Everything is hilarious.
Yeah, she is also incapacitated.
Yeah, it's just laughing on the floor. Yeah. So and
Does that mean I'm no longer grappled?
You're no longer grappled.
Hell yeah.
yeah, that is probably the most efficient use of vicious mockery. She goes, you know, this is the problem
Horrifying.
with children. They're not all that useful. They just tend to fall down and hurt themselves. Huh? That's my turn.
Agree.
Renatus, it's your turn.
All right. First things first. Since I called my echo first, a bonus action, summon my blade again. And yeah, I'm just gonna stab at this red one here. Close up my thing. Okay, there we go. That is a 9. Wait, didn't you say I have bardic inspiration?
It will be with
You do.
advantage because it is incapacitated.
Yeah, technically.
Okay, then yeah, 22.
But that would also end the incapacitated effect.
Yeah, so she's now just laying down. So now you're.
Do some damage.
With a sword in her. I mean,
Yeah.
What?
Okay,
what?
well,
What type of damage?
wait, what do you mean?
What is it? So okay, so 5 points of slashing damage. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
And you know what? I do have one more thing I can do. I will have my echo come up to her as well, and I will. Where's the thing? There it is. Oh, wrong tab. I will use Unleash Incarnation and allow for my echo to attack as well. Also two-handed. That's a 10.
Was it with advantage?
11.
Misses.
and it
Dang it.
can't use your bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Well,
With that, it is now Emmeline's turn.
So I just want to clarify what I was hearing. She was on the ground laughing. She got attacked. So now she's just laying there?
Yeah.
Still? She hasn't gotten up?
Mm-hmm. That means
Okay,
that melee
perfect.
attacks have advantage, range attacks have disadvantage.
Emeline's gonna run up to her. Up to the area.
Walls are not at disadvantage, so.
She's going to take out that rusty dagger that I told you guys about before.
You mean
And
like
she's gonna go
20 minutes
ahead.
ago?
Yeah, she's gonna go ahead and take the opportunity to try to cut into the child.
Roll to attack.
Is she dissecting her while she's alive?
Oh
Yes.
my
Is,
God.
what is this? A D20 -1 because I have a -1 on my strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
With advantage.
Shouldn't it be a
Okay.
dexterity? Because it's a dagger.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't play characters.
Should I re-roll that?
You just whatever your dex attack.
what's your dex
would be.
modifier?
My dex modifier is +2, so I am going to re-roll that.
That's a 16. You get a 16. Not the natural 20. You get a 16. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll take it.
Which just hits. But guess what? As you drive your dagger, you drive it right into her chest as she's incapacitated. And she lets out a shriek. Her skin begins to wither and wrinkle and shrink until it clings to her body, as if all of her muscles and whatever fluids were within her veins shriveled up and disappeared as she becomes just a husk and goes limp.
Damn it.
Evelyn, you're the best warrior.
No, Evelyn's just gonna blush. What can I say? And that's my turn.
It's the first time she's ever killed something
It
with
is
her
now
dagger.
Naoki's turn.
So they're both dead.
Nope.
The work is not done.
Oh, I don't know. I thought they were dead.
Well, one
They
is still
were.
alive.
They are worse than dead. Undead.
I'm just gonna pass it over to Maxime. I don't have anything prepared.
Wait, is somebody making a martini in this scene right now? It just sounded like
So,
there's just like the
yeah.
big vampires like there with like a big shaker.
Oh, sorry, am I interrupting something? I'll do this later.
That would be such a baller introduction.
No, it's your turn.
okay, so just to get clear, the one marked red has now been kind of hollowed out, a husk, and is, from what we can tell, has now suffered the final death. Is that about right? But the other one is still clinging to life. I would go to that one then, and kneel over her. Is there any sign that she is paying alert, aware of her surroundings?
Eyes are flickering in and out.
I lay my hand over her forehead just for a moment. It seems an automatic gesture. Little one, do you hear me? Through your curse, does your awareness remain? Please know this. The grave beckons for you. You will know peace.
She's breathing heavily. Her chest kind of like heaving up and down as she looks at you. I want my dad.
I do. I wish to know who has visited this evil upon you. Where can he be found?
Her eyes are flickering in and out. It seems those are the words that you've gotten.
Are we going to finish this?
These are the
Well,
words I've gotten.
Those are the words you get.
She says you were my... Wait,
No,
so she
I
said...
want my dad.
You want my dad? Oh. I looked down and... my eyes grew shut. Rest well, child. I place a wooden stake over her heart, and I prepare a hammer.
All right.
By death's decree, I return you to peace. And I hammer down the stake.
She lets out a shriek. It hurts all of your ears. This is high pitched. The trees quake, and she too shows up into a husk, her body convulsing as she does so, and limps so. Done.
Every grave a promise, every funeral a vow. You have been wronged, young one, and you will be avenged.
And that will end combat, leaving you only the sound of the forest at night around you.
did you know them at all?
I study their faces. I didn't want to recognize her, but did I, DM?
These are two children that went missing in the village about a month ago.
I did. Yes. Young children. They had been taken. Their parents must be informed. We had given them up for dead.
Unfortunately, they have joined the brood of this vampire.
No more.
So, just to establish, just because I'm trying to be practical in this moment of grief that you're experiencing, do we have to, like, stab them for them to die? Just because we all need to know this information. Because if we're going to do this, I'm not practiced at killing these kind of creature. So.
I have killed a number of them. I know that they fall to swords as well as any other being, only that they are more resilient. That each strike must be invested with might and some degree of essence. Aye. And when we face their master, you must know, he will be difficult to fell.
Okay.
He has shape-changing powers of his own.
Oh, that's inconvenient. So, would you and Renatus like to send their bodies off properly to the goddesses
Oh,
while we go back to camp?
could I take a look at them before we do that? I won't try to cut them open again.
I mean, you did save Renatus's life by doing so.
I didn't mean to kill her. I'm glad that I could help you, Renatus, but I just that did not go how I planned it. If I look at these bodies, if I were to use animate dead on them, would they be zombies?
Make an Arcana check.
Zombie vampires?
Let me see here. Doo-doo-doo.
Zampire? Zompire?
Arcana check with advantage or just straight roll?
Straight roll. But this is
Okay,
fairly
that's a
common
10.
knowledge. Corpses of undead cannot be reanimated again.
Okay, period. Just making sure. Just making sure they didn't revert back to human and then like, but they're shriveled up. Just that makes sense. Okay. It might be best to return them to their family.
I look to Rizad. You were the one who was bitten, right? Did I get that right?
Renatus was.
Renatus was? I looked at Riz. Sorry, I looked at Renatus. Let me see your wound.
Shouldn't be anything I can't handle. I know, like move his robe out of the way a little bit.
I reach my hand up to just feel along, not touch it directly because I know that'll hurt, but around it. And I close my eyes, and there is a faint glow from my fingers as I use lay on hands to seal the wound, and I give you 10 hit points back. Hopefully curing any diseases, any poisons that may have entered into your bloodstream from there. It is the best I can do.
I thank you.
Well, given that we know vampires are in the woods, I think we should definitely take some watch out for each other.
Yes.
Agreed. Trust no calls for help. All could be a trap. We've seen their tactics. We know that they will be hunting for us. And I like feel that the slashes across my chest. Please, if we will resume our rest, you will must excuse me, and I will return to you.
You're going to venture off on you?
And I walk off into the shadows.
I think I can still
Okay.
kind of see his outline. He's just walking.
Maybe he'll call if he needs help.
Maybe. He just walks straight over that rock for some reason. I don't know why.
Is he gonna go around that rock? Nope, straight over it.
Yeah, no, straight over.
Sorry, I couldn't do that.
Say 1d4.
Yeah. Oh no.
I still take damage. Oh, it's okay. It's worth it.
Great.
I have a curse on me, and when I, as a player, make bad jokes, I take damage.
Has that stopped him? Not at all.
No.
Not even a little.
Job.
It's honestly,
Go
it's just I have a side goal of can I make my character go unconscious in a session without actually taking any damage from enemies?
Because you made a smart remark to a demon.
To a demon prince.
Yeah.
I actually have a feat built in for it. What did I call it? I know that we're missing this. I call it the gift of silence, which is not a gift I choose to accept. Moving on.
So, as Father Maxim walks off, you return to your camp. What would you all like to do?
So, we're going to arrange watches from here. So, Renatus, you're going to sleep for would you whatever you do, and then the rest of us will break up the watches.
I'll wake up early. I'll take that last watch and prepare the camp for our travels.
Yeah, I would assume that we want to keep somebody who can actually see in the dark on each watch, which I think means basically just you and Renatus. You can't see in the dark, can you?
No.
Okay.
Talia couldn't either, but
Yeah. We'll get there. Okay. Okay. Let's try to get through this relatively quietly. Keep an eye out. Don't do anything too disruptive, too noisy, yeah? Not that we can't talk still, but anyways.
does that mean
I'll
no
take-
music?
No, there will be no music today. I'll actually take the first watch. I'll wake you if you are in danger.
All right.
I can take the second one.
Okay.
Naoki, what watch are you feeling?
Do the third.
Epic.
Third watch is going to be busy. Be on my own. It's okay.
And I shall take second and third as usual.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Just wake me up if you need anything.
Of course, yes.
Can I get a perception check from the first watch, please?
Yeah, Valerie alone on the first watch. And so she'll basically just clean her war fan with an actual cleaning cloth instead of using magic.
Add +5 to that.
Okay, well, it's a 20. Sitting there
Sit
quietly
there.
on her own.
In the silence, the small occasional pop or crackle from the flames nearby.
Yeah. She will passively try to shape change into something that looks like Maxim. And looking at herself in the reflection on the edge of the blade, the little bit she can see, and try to see how close she got.
As you're looking around, you look beyond the campsite. You see a figure standing there. Kind of a brown hair, streaks of silver or gray, and as it's kind of pushed back, wearing a fur made of some sort of fox hide around its body. Two yellow reflective eyes as the fire dances in them, looking back at you. Elvish in shape with a olive skin. It smiles, showing two fangs. As you blink, it disappears from your sight, and then you hear from behind you, but beyond the camp line. May I join you at your fire?
Valerie, with her kind of black eyes, which is probably the only thing she's able to mimic off of Maxim after this, kind of looks over. Is this the kind of thing where you need permission, or would you invite yourself?
I'm rather polite. I won't harm you. I just want to talk.
Well, she kind of like nestles her foot close to Emmeline, but doesn't touch her just yet, but ready to like give her a nudge in the ribs if she feels it's necessary. Well, of course. Have a seat. Let's talk. And she kind of like blinks her eyes, and they're now like wolf yellow, glimmering in the light.
The figure
Who are you?
walks over to you and sits down across from the fire. Speaking in hushed tones to not wake the others. Are these your friends?
I mean, I would some of them more than friends. Some of them companions, some of them, well, one of them's complicated.
Relationships can be complicated at times. I do understand this more than many would assume.
Yes. Do the fangs seem like animalistic, or do they remind her of the vampire girls? The two protruding teeth.
Make a nature check.
Sure. That's a 15.
This person is vampiric.
I suppose in your long life you've had many opportunities for relationships. I presume a long life. Have you ever grown tired of outliving those that you love?
I try to keep them with me. But it fails. It gets lonely living this long. My name is Aurelius. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Of course. I am Val. Some called me. Are you the one that has been plaguing these people?
Is that what you've heard? That I've been terrorizing the poor people of Stargreech?
Oh, is that not what simple mortals generally say when they're in danger for things they can't comprehend?
Perhaps I've terrorized a stray dog. A sheep lost from its herd.
And tell me, When did you start to feel your immortality slipping away?
2 weeks ago. And it's funny that you would ask such a thing.
You feel it being drawn. You feel the direction it's going? Can you almost feel it on the winds? Pulling to a land far away.
You have piqued my interest, but sadly, you did kill 2 of my children a moment ago.
Yes, I don't
But
think
a
they give us...
promise is a promise. I've simply come here to give you warning. I am not the only vampire in these woods. And your true enemy is closer to you than you know. You have a choice to make with your companions. Those you know well. Make the right one, Val.
Of course. And can I give you one last word before you go?
You always seem like someone that needs to have the last word in the conversation. I'll indulge you this evening just because the moon and its beauty has given me a sense of generosity.
Let me ask you, what day is it today? First, before I tell you.
So the date that it is 2 weeks since you got pulled into the elemental plane of Earth.
So, you have a month and a half left in your long life. Whatever you're doing to these people, whatever games you think you're playing, if you stand in our way, you may not have that month and a half left. So, the option I give you today is walk away from these people. Walk away from your cave. Go find some place that you can bide your time and hope that we can save you.
I already told you, the only thing I kill is perhaps a stray dog or sheep. Never have I fed on people in Stag Reach.
Then how did those 2 children become what they are?
Those 2
said
were an exception. I saved them from a terrible disease. Their parents begged me. Like I said, I'm not the only vampire in these woods.
So,
Use that beautiful brain of yours. Goodbye, Valerie. And he'll, in a flash of mist, turn into a bat and fly away.
oh shit. I gave him a chance, so she'll keep an eye out. Kind of play with extending her fangs to look vampiric in the reflection on her fan looking occasionally.
You look up from the fire. You see a dark silhouette, about 6'2", a bold man. You see first 2 pinpricks of yellow approach. It's the fire glinting off his eyes.
Yeah. Her eyes are yellow and vampiric. Her fangs are long like a vampire's as he approaches. Oh, sorry. And she kind of like twists her neck.
You hear the slide of metal against leather as he draws his blade.
Yeah.
What is this?
Oh. Shit. This is the problem with traveling with strangers. And she goes, I have the ability to mimic the features of other things that I witness.
You speak with Valerie's voice. You are her. You are
so
she.
She'll kind of twist her neck, and you hear the sound of like bones crunching for a little bit, and her face turns into a red hobgoblin face very similar to Razad, but female. And then kind of you see two horns protrude from her forehead that look a lot like Naoki's. And then, kind of fixes her jaw back in place, the fangs are gone, and she turns back into Valerie. As I said.
You too, then. A shape changer.
Yes, but born to it. Not a curse.
And dare I ask, is this your true form?
You will not see my true form until I die. But I just had a very interesting conversation. Was the name Aurelius? I heard that correctly? And Aurelius, do you know this name?
I perk up. I assume that's the name I know.
Mm-hmm.
They,
He has visited this camp, and you yet live.
Yes, he gave us stark warning. He said that he is not the one preying on the innocent here. That there is another danger, another vampire.
You must take all that he says with a good degree of skepticism. He lies easily as you would draw breath.
Yes. Maxim, do you feel where your life is being drawn? Being pulled away? Do you feel your death coming?
I sit down next to her. Frown. Wipe my hand across my beard. And look down at the fingers. And warm the fingertips against the fire. Is it shame that compels you to hide your true self, your true form, from your companions?
All my companions are aware. It is danger at revealing my truth. Because sometimes your nature, even if you cannot control it, can be your doom.
True words. It is a danger to reveal oneself.
Aurelius said that those two children were given to him by their parents. They were dying of a sickness, and they begged him to save them. It could be a lie.
It is a lie.
Is it the lie that they needed to be saved, or is it the fact that their lives were extended through undeath that is the curse?
Plague came to the children. That much is true. They were never given freely. All things will be distorted in the eyes of evil to be self-serving.
I suppose
If he has intimated that there are more like him, he is right. That too is truth. He has made many more. Most he has taken a day's thrall. Others he has allowed to wander, wild, feral. And still others, perhaps half-made, mistakes. He gazes distantly into the fire.
Have you considered that what we seek is not him, but something else? Or does destroying him do something? Does it serve some greater purpose than finding that which may actually be hunting the people you're trying to protect? A monster hunting on animals is just part of the natural cycle of life, are they not?
Undeath is counter to nature's purpose. much as they may claim to be predators, part of the natural order, they are not. Such is an intrusion, a demonic intrusion upon an order that has been fated. No. These things must be fought. They must be halted in their tracks.
I suppose when we were coming to fight off this creature, we were thinking it was of a greater danger to the people. I mean, Emeline is here for science, Renatus is here for his goddesses. You're acting on the behalf of your goddess, but what is the truth of what we're seeking, and what are we really trying to hunt? Who are we trying to protect? He's going to die in 6 weeks.
Yeah. In truth, I am seeking vengeance. And the inevitability of this plague is not guaranteed. For indeed, are you yourselves not seeking an end to this plague?
We are, but who's to say we're going to succeed? I may be boastful, but I need to be truthful right now, because I don't know if you've gathered, but I'm trying to determine, even with as friendly as you are, Father, are you friend or foe?
I will not be your foe. That has been my foe. I wish, for now, to be your friend, if you will have me.
Is he telling the truth, or does he believe it's the truth, I guess?
Whether Noah is telling the truth or not, I'm gonna have him roll a deception check.
Yeah.
And I will need insight from you, Valerie.
18. Not often I insight another player.
I know.
I'm so happy to share this scene.
17.
And
Oh.
Noah, it's open to you.
There is much he isn't saying. You see that there is a great weight behind his words that he does not dare unload. At the intimation that at the few slight things you've intimated thus far, you see a consideration, a sigh, but what you do gather, however, is that when he insists that he is no enemy to yours, there is sincerity there.
I feel like you're leaving so many of your cards hidden in your sleeve, huh? I will put it this way. We agreed to help you. And I know that you believe that you are doing the right thing. If in your crusade we are seeking this one, and she gestures to Evelyn, is hurt through your zealous desire to seek revenge, there will be nothing in this world that will stop me from ripping you down to every single speck of flesh into little chunks. I will spread your flesh like a tapestry across the ground till no one can even imagine that there was ever a man in his place.
He leans forward. I had faith I had chosen well. Now I know I have chosen well. Your commitment is your benediction.
I can do a great many things that some would deem evil, but I do it for purpose. For a greater good. And She is my greater good right now.
It is good, then, that you would hold to that. There are many who may succumb to more base hungers. But such devotion elevates us, lifts our spirit.
Service is dangerous, but it is sometimes the only thing that keeps us going.
If you wish to know my personal purpose here, suffice then for it to say that the children you met this evening were not the only ones Aurelius has taken. That there was once another of their age, taken too young. My daughter. I watched as he sank his fangs into her neck, spread her blood across the floor, knowing that she would surely be dead, rejoicing that she could be on her way to her final path. But I know that such was not his nature. And seeing what we have seen this evening, I am certain that she is still out there. I will find her. And when I do, I will return her to her path.
You're going to kill your own daughter?
She is already dead.
Well, as someone who just helped a friend kill their parents. Wow, sorry, just need to embrace that line out of character. Someone who just helped a friend kill their parents who had already died. It is still the same thing. Murder of one you lost, even when they're twisted, is still the child that you lost. A little bit of a fragment of her will still be there. Whether or not the soul is in the flesh, be prepared
But
for
of course. But of course. I am prepared for this conflict. I know also that Ielna watches, and Gravetree judges, and I deliver.
And will they accept you in their embrace when your time comes?
And here you see a real moment of conflict on his face. It is not for me to know.
Yeah. Might explain why you haven't heard their voices. I know the gods have been quiet, but you seem like your faith is not fully there. You live the mission, but do you truly feel your love for the goddess?
I hold my my holy symbol at my neck. You see, there's another symbol kind of dangling from my ear. It's a black feather. My friend, I know well the devotion. And it is my faith that carries me in this mission. And now, the hour grows late. If we will not be troubled by this Aurelius further, and I do suspect he is toying with us if he has visited you, and you have told truthfully of this visit. then it is perhaps past time we rouse the others.
I think we need to let them have their rest. There will be other watches, and whatever kept you out of the camp, I presume you want to rest. Or do you sleep?
Nicely.
Good.
After I have fed. And I
Valerie's face
I sit cross-legged.
loses all color for a moment, and she kind of like loses focus. Okay, that was yeah. You like literally almost chilled her into revealing her true form. Okay.
I sit cross-legged and I use divine senses once more in the course of this final watch.
Other than the member Renatus, you do not get any sense of undead. But for the sake of time, I'll go ahead and say that the other two watches are uneventful, and you all may mark your character sheets for a long rest. Renatus, you do gain your lost hit points back.
That was a lot of fun. I like that conversation. Thank you, Noah.
Hey.
And soon enough, you're woken up to the sound of the forest around you.
Maxim is early to rise. Raises his face to the sunshine. A look of peace, not a smile, but peace at least, and then gathers up his things.
Everyone, I didn't quite update you on what happened last night.
Is Chloe saying something?
Oh,
So,
just talking to myself.
the vampire visited me during the night last night.
What?
Yeah.
Why didn't you wake us?
It was fine. I was prepared to wake you, but the danger passed. He insinuated that there was another danger in this forest, and that was warding us away from attacking him, but as Maxim, he pointed out that he was not telling the full truth. But neither really is our companion, as it were. Then again, most of us are lying, are we not? Here and there. Omissions, lost memories, trauma, daddy issues.
Would anyone like some of the rations I heated up on that final watch here?
Of course. Is it just bugs?
No, this is just probably like a cured meat of some kind, like a jerky that's kind of heated up
Just
on a
put
pan.
spam in a frying pan.
Pretty much.
It's rat meat.
Hell yeah.
It's really
She
good.
found some like eggs of some endangered bird here in Doeblight Hollow.
Yeah.
Right 'em up.
Oh. Maxim's got rations too, and he'll certainly share some too. Dried fruit, nuts, jerky, some cheese.
So, the children were suffering from a plague. And, he cured
Yes.
the plague with an eternal curse.
That's one way to do it.
Stagridge is not the only village affected by the evil, simply the latest. They are vampires. They have long lives. They have traveled this land for some time. Keep your wits about you. Though it be daytime, they do have, they are known to have their mortal servants.
Well, they've chosen the wrong master. Finish our journey and be aware, as much as I believe the vampire is deceiving us, there will likely be more to this than simply killing one vampire. There is another threat. Kind of glances at Maxim. I hope we don't find your daughter. Not today. Oh.
What? What was that, Valerie?
It's fine.
Okay, Emily's just gonna start putting out the fire and
Yeah,
gonna
yeah, it's just
light several cigarettes along the way.
she's just like trying to quit smoking. She's just smoking an entire pack at the same time.
Who said she was trying to quit? She's stressed.
Yeah.
Because now it feels like there's multiple liars. And I don't know what's going on.
I mean, you
As
only
we
have one
travel-
bar in the party. How many liars do you need?
Yeah.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. As we
Take 1d4
travel,
damage. Go.
She's a liar and a player.
Okay, you sound good.
You know what that's from. Maybe you don't.
I would note Renatus's devotion to his religious iconography. Though your memories are limited, do you know if you have always served her?
Or as long as I can remember. What I do briefly remember right before I spoke with them when they brought me back was I was in some kind of battle. Most likely the one that is the one that ended my life. I'm not quite sure where it was or how long ago it was, but from what I can tell, I had died a long time ago.
You say they brought you back? They.
Yes. Griftria and Ilna.
They have favored you.
And I'm not sure why they chose me of all people, but that is my only purpose in life now, is to serve at their will. And to help those who are stuck on this side. And to help those who are on this side, who are stuck on this side, to pass over into the next.
It is not for mortals to know why. It is for us to determine the how.
Quite right. And though as I said earlier, I do have some brief moments of memories return to me. It does not matter what I did in my past life. All that matters now is what I do with the one that I was re-given.
Yes. Yes, surely this is the path. Never have I met another who has been so favored by them. It warms my heart. Surely then, your companions, all of you who have returned from death, have been similarly favored. Your quest, it is a worthy one. I see it now. The soul plague that I have heard of. There is much to this.
Yes. Forgive me. I was just going to brainstorm as we prepare to take off. How are we going to fix this? Do we just destroy the monolith? We should brainstorm as we travel.
I mean, we won't really know what to do until we get to observe it. I'm going to assume destroying it is the way, or, does it have like a ritual to turn it off? Does somebody need to like throw themselves into the heart of it, sacrificing themselves to destroy it? Well, there's 1 second left. I don't know. I read too many adventure books when I was young.
Valid
Let me
ideas.
go ahead and cross that off the storyline.
I mean, I'd like to discuss it to see if we can find more of Krem's people. Maybe we can find more about how they activated it, and hopefully maybe find something about how to deactivate it. That would be... We only have the memories of research notes and the calamity that occurred, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I have some of my notes here. But yeah, it's sorry.
We just have to
yeah.
find like books that are over 1,000 years old and hope that they give us some insights,
Easy.
Yeah.
Father Maxim, do you know which direction this cave is?
Gabe?
The cave?
Oh, sorry. I do. I have to turn it. We are nearing it now.
Is it going to be obvious? Or
It's right over there.
is it really
Uncanny
obvious?
timing, pointing over to the cliff side. Is a cave opening. It doesn't look anything exceptional. There's no torches outside. There's nobody that appears to be patrolling. The sun is starting to near its highest peak. It's around noon. And this forest, reminding you, is shrouded in mist. It is dark. There's like lichen and moss hanging from trees that are like parasitic. It just gives you a sense of death and shadow in this area in general.
Their touch sickens the land. You can see its signs here: the rot, the decay, the death. And yet, the death without regret. We are close. There. They shelter in that dank place.
Are we going to kill all of them? What's our plan here? Are we going to capture... What was his name again? The one that...
Aurelius.
Mm-hmm. Are we going to capture
I
him?
fear there will be no capture. No such thing will be possible. I doubt very much that he will allow it. No. We are likely head towards battle. Are you prepared?
Okay. I'm probably not going to get to dissect him, am I?
I mean, he's like the original vampire. Maybe you will be able to.
To what purpose?
I'm very curious.
You wish to understand them, study them.
Yes.
This may be possible.
If I write a good
But
enough research paper, I could get a grant from the Sun Keepers.
Get a bigger house.
Oh, I could pay my rent. I'm overdue.
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, I have a big house.
If you can,
We should. Well, next time we go back to Amelia, I need to show you my house.
if you can determine more about the curse, perhaps you may have a hand in lifting it.
But there's also like an entire kingdom in our continent that's like filled with the undead. I assume there's like probably thousands of vampires there, or tens of thousands, or who knows? There could be millions.
So if I find the cure, I can keep it to myself and then sell it to them at an extremely high price.
Yeah, like 3,000% more than the actual cost of manufacturing it.
I thought it
that
would
is
be
great.
better to just create a pseudo cure and administer it for their lifetime.
I know that's just sugar in a little pill.
Anyways,
I think they called that the what did they call that? The effect? Bacid? I don't know.
Pseudoscience.
Pseudoscience.
Pseudonomic.
Pseudomagic.
Yes.
Pseudomagic. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The placebo effect.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
I knew. I was just being
Naoki and Razan, how are you feeling? Are you ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still you?
It's a pretty weird question.
Just making sure. Oh, yeah, you're off the hook.
Did the
Naoki?
sun just flex?
Got extra bright.
It's very shiny there.
As the party
I'm ready.
begins to head towards the cave opening, unknowing of what comes next. We'll have to save that for a story for another time, everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, dungeon time.
Dungeon crawl will be quite extensive in this coming story. But that is where we're going to end our stream for tonight, everybody. I would like to thank everyone for tuning in. A big thank you to Noah for being in tonight's session, filling in with our little gap here.
That was so nice seeing you on a Wednesday, Noah.
Oh.
And with that, I'm gonna pass it on over to Jeremiah, who plays Razad.
Yeah, wonderful session. Very morally interesting combat. And I'm there were some powerful scenes there. I'm glad to have Noah here as a guest. We've missed you a lot, and I can't wait to see where this cave takes us. And with that, I'll pass it over to Quentin, aka Renatus.
Hey, that's me. Yeah. A little more role play heavy session, but it's always good to have those types of sessions every now and then. But yeah, great session all around. Noah, it was so good playing with you once again.
It's me. I'm Noah.
I haven't got much else. Josh, Megan, can't wait for you to come back next week and be back with us. And with that, yeah. Anyway,
Right here, live, as you watch.
we're dead. Yeah, that's all I got. And so, as always, thank you to everyone who was chatting it up in chat tonight. Thank you to all of our wonderful role players bringing this amazing story to life each and every week here. And of course, thank you to our wonderful DM Michael for putting this story together for us. So, Guy, you got anything?
I always have things to say, stuff and things, in potentially those orders. But no, it's like delightful seeing Noah, even if it's just maybe just a guest character. But you're wonderful. the way you play your character is delightful. And thank you for sharing that long rest scene with my character, because that was just very, very emotionally and roleplay satisfying to go through that scene. So it was wonderful. Not diminishing everyone else here. You're all lovely. I love playing with you every week. I love getting to join in these experiences collectively as we continue to fill the boxes of all the horrible things that our characters can possibly do. We tick the boxes, patricide, we killed 2 innocent wolves, and then unalived 2 vampire children. So, just a never-ending slew of bad decisions. That's what we call Dungeons and Dragons, everyone. I'm gonna pass it on to Chloe, who plays Evelyn.
Thank you. I'm just gonna put it out there. We love winning. Winners love winning. That's all we do. All right? Here in the group. So, fantastic session. Super glad that you are here to roleplay and hang out and eventually combat with us. Noah, that's going to be so exciting.
Yeah.
The combat we've already seen, crazy. The damage, crazy. Overall, I'm super hyped for this. I'm a little curious to see what's going to come afterwards in terms of getting home and how we're going to fix the ticking time bomb.
We
that
still
affects.
gotta see her mom.
This is true. This is true. We can stop by. Maybe she'll have an idea or the spell. No idea. We'll find out.
Or maybe we'll end up killing her mother.
Oh, let's. I rebuke. Anyways, that's all I'm really going to say. Thank you to everyone in the team, and thank you, Michael, for DMing. I'm gonna pass it over to Isaac, who plays Naoki.
It was a good session. It was fun, watching the role play and just everyone just chatting up in chat, and then also just seeing Noah be here, and he was really good at doing what he usually does from what I saw in C2. If you guys haven't watched that, it's over on YouTube, Spotify, all the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I have for today. I'll pass it over to our guest appearance, Noah.
Now the end is near. Thank you all for having me again. Really appreciate coming back. This was really fun. A rare free Wednesday. I so hope everyone enjoyed what they saw today. If you wish, you too can join and play. I was going to say Precision Counters, Lich Souls games. All you have to do is swipe right on Michael and tell him how cute he is. That's right? We swipe right? I've never had to do this dating thing. I've just been really lucky in love.
He's on Discord, but we can't mention the other website he's on because we are on TikTok.
That's true. But thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. Join our Discord. And also, awesome. Even the cursed may serve the grave. Death is but a door.
Yes.
I will be back.
Lovely.
Thank you so much, Noah. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in tonight. We missed you last week. See you here next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here at twitch.tv/LichSouls. Until then, everybody. Bye!
Bye.
Farewell.